I've basically just, found my nut files here, and I use a, string gauge of 10 to 46. So this is the, nut file gauges that I'm going to use for, getting these nut slots right. And now that it's just sitting and the rough slots have been cut, we are ready to cut the initial string grooves. And let me just move you guys around here so I can see what I'm doing and get this adjusted and slotted as it should. Just like that. And I start with the smaller gauge file here, the 0.0 or 10 thousandths, and basically I have the highest point here with the radius core, and I have the lowest point down here at the back of the jig. So it lets me file at an angle as you normally would on a guitar when you are working on the nut. So I know when I reach the front and the back side, I have cut this nut to its proper, depth. So I can go in and do that. Make sure that I get it in the groove. Just file slowly. Just go in and check it. Just have to get my vise set in. And I can basically hear when I reach the depth stop. So the high E string is now adjusted, and I can move on to the B string. Get it in the groove. And I just reached the depth stop right there. We can move on to the third string. And this is basically the process, and I can go on to cut the remaining 3 slots. Basically take the nut out, fit it on the guitar, string it up to pitch, and basically hear how it sounds. And I can, always tweak it from there. So let me, rough in the remaining string slots here, and I will bring you guys in when I have fitted it on the guitar, strung it up to pitch, and we can take a look at some of the specs. So we're going to do that, and stay tuned, guys. Alright, so here we are with the nut on the guitar. Just we haven't shaped it or finished it, polished it up, anything yet, but I've placed it so one side is flush over here, and we have the overhang on the bass side. The nut is fitted here just to show and give me an idea of how the nut slots are and how the height of the nut slots. But right now these nut slots are quite a bit high. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys so we can have a look at that. If I go to the 3rd fret down here, place my finger against the 2nd fret wire, go up to the 1st fret and I tap gently. You can see we have quite some room. If I work to the 2nd string, the 3rd string, 4th, we have quite a lot of movement here. And this right now is way too high to, to give a good result, and intonation will be off and it will be hard to play this guitar. So first off, we're going to shoot for getting it all down on the treble side. Shoot for getting it down to 24,000 right here, just placing it, and you can still see we have quite a way to go. On the treble side, we're going to shoot for 17,000, and again, also here we have quite a way to go. So in order to make this, as easy as possible, I'm just going to take out the nut. I'm going to take some material off of the bottom of the nut, because we have a flat, bottom of our nut here, because we made sure of that before we fitted it to the nut slot. We want to make sure that the nut, or the bottom of the nut, was square, and it is. So I can basically go back and take my machine square, put it on some sandpaper, and take off, do a couple of passes, recheck it, and see if the string spacing actually, or sorry, not the string spacing, but the string height, if it's actually going to, get us down in order to get down to those measurements. And I just went through my setup guitar book, and they suggested that 24,000 here and 16,000 there, and then you can always go and tweak it from there. So let me take out the nut here and detune the strings, and we'll get out some of the sandpaper again, and we can start sand the nut bottom down again and check our progress. So let me do that, guys, and I'll just bring you in. Alright, so just off camera I have tried to take a little of the bottom of the nut off, because it was miles off up here and it was going to take a lot of sanding to do it. So I just thought I would spare you that, but we are getting close and I can show you the remaining part from here. As I said, right now we're shooting for 24,000 over here at the low E and 16,000 here at the high E. And right now I just placed the nut on the guitar, and we can go in and take a look at basically our measurements and where we're at right now. So if I go in here, just get you guys in so you can see what I'm doing. We now have, oh sorry about that, we now have something a little closer. So if I take the feeler gauge of 16,000 here, when I slide it in here, you can see that if I press down, we still have a little bit of movement, but I would say it's half of what we had before. If I go over on the other side here with the 24,000 and I place it, we still have a little bit of room here, but a lot less than we had before. So we are basically starting to get somewhere in the ballpark. And right now I have just I only have tension on the 2 E strings here in order to get them down, and the rest will kind of follow, given that the radius is set probably up here at the nut when we made the string spacing. So I still have a little bit to go here. So I would basically, I would go in and take out the nut from the nut slot again here, and I'm just going to do that by loosening the strings. Okay, we're just going to take the strings off here, and we're just going to take the nut out. And again, we're just, we're only taking off material from the bottom of the knot here. So I just, I take the machine square here again, I place it down here on the sandpaper, and this is the 120 grit sandpaper. It's just going to remove the material quickly, and it's just, it's not going to take as long as it would without it. I just placed the nut up against, making sure that everything is flat and, seated as it should, and I can go ahead and just sand it. We can basically just switch around, make sure that we get make sure we get everything nice and tight. And we're still going to check it, make sure that everything is square, we don't have any problems or anything like that. But everything seems to be good. Yeah, so I can continue to take a little bit more of the bottom, but we are basically good to go, and I just need a little bit more. So let me do that, guys, and I'm going to place the knot back on the guitar, and we're going to take a closer look at it. So I'll be back when I've done that.